Hi everyone, this is Natasha, and I wanted to address a couple of questions that I've been receiving, and that is, what is best to use for stamps that have a significant amount of solid surface, and what's the best way to stamp them? So I'm using this particular stamp set as an example. It's the Chapel Road stamps, and the image that I'm going to be using is, or that I'm showing, is the largest of the girl with a pearl earring. And I love all of these, and I picked these up, the stamp set from Blitsy. And I'll include links to anything that I reference below. The two different inks that I'm going to show you is the VersaFine Black Onyx, which this is a flip lid. I love that. I never misplace the lid. I just turn it under when I go to use it. And the India ink in black. Nice surface area. So here are the differences. This stamp is relatively large, and there's the stamp itself. It's a gray rubber on foam, on brain fart, on foam that adheres to plastic, like mounting, like blocks like this, or the Fiskars stamp press. Oh, and there's the other trick that I find very useful. For stamps that you can't see through to the other side, when I take the backing paper off, I always draw a little arrow in the direction that the stamped image is. So this is the way the image goes, and I just put a little arrow going up that way. And I did that with each one, especially the ones you can't really tell from this side which way they're supposed to go. It's just a little trick because when you're using your clear tools, you could see which direction it is. This way is wrong. So let me show you which ones I used, along with a brayer technique as well. So this particular sample, which is by far, as you can see, the most saturated, is the VersaFine Onyx Black in a brayer. So I place the stamp. Just move that out of the way. I placed the stamp not even on my Fiskars stamp press, but directly to my desk. And my desk is an easy wipe faux wood veneer, which is metal underneath. So it sticks in it really nicely. It adheres for me to do the stamping. Then I inked it up with VersaFine, then turned the paper upside down, and then while holding it with a couple of fingers, rolled the brayer this way. This makes the greatest contact and gives you the most saturated image on the stamp. So that's a VersaFine with a brayer. And I'll have a link to my blog post, which will have close-up photographs of each of these techniques or combinations of tools, so you can see and compare for yourself. Sometimes you may want these really deep results, and sometimes you want something a little less. For example, this one is the Fiskars stamp press and the Indian ink in black. And as you can see, there is a significant difference. But the primary difference is it looks really aged, almost like the image has been worn away with time, which is really cool. And this example is VersaFine and Onyx Black using Fiskars stamp press, but different amounts of pressure. This one is heavy pressure and this one's light pressure. And you can see that gives you different layers of, in comparison, it gives you a different feel. And again, I'm using black, but if you were using a sepia tone, this would look like an old, worn out photograph or document. So those are just some of the comparisons, and I'll show you the rest of the images stamped as well from the stamp set because it's just so beautiful. This totally spoke to me when I saw it on the Blitsy site. So that it has this separate image, then this little like postage stamp size one, and two words, love and art. And art is vertical, and it has worn out scratches throughout the word, so it's not completely solid. So there's a little quick review of the options you have in stamping. You can use the Fisker stamp press, you can use a block, and the various inks, as well as a brayer. And another quick little tip, if you ever get your brayer really dirty, with this particular one, I think, actually I don't remember which brand this is, but it does pull apart, so you could pull and then wash it under running water with some soap and, you know, keep it clean, because it is relatively important to have a clean brayer so you can get all of your transfers done without really transferring any garbage. And, ooh, I just lost my little rubber tip, but it fell on the floor. I do have to go wash that, so that's fine. So there's a quick comparison of the VersaFine and the India ink, as well as Stamp On and the press brayer on technique. So you have lots of options. Hopefully this helps out. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask in the comments below. Thumbs up would be helpful, and that way your friends can see that you've seen the video. And if you'd love to share it on social media, feel free to do so as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.